Bonsoir, bonsoir, bonsoir. Tonight is Thursday night, and welcome to your favorite sports program in Dominica. It's Sports Rap. I'm Lucas Sebastian.
Dr. Thompson Fontaine.
Emmanuel O'Black.
Right. So, as usual, Pastor Rodney leads us in prayer. So, Pastor Rodney, please take it away.
Lord, we are grateful for another good day. We thank you for your love toward us. We thank you, Father God, that in all things you truly stand with us and you work through us to reach other people. Today, we thank you for the opportunity of radio. We thank you, Father God, for the many who listen through the airwaves. And we ask that you will take charge of tonight's program. That, Father God, you will so direct the program that every listener will be educated, they'll be enhanced, they'll be elevated, they'll be encouraged. And Father God, even as they are encouraged and elevated, they will return glory and praise to you. I ask, Lord, that you will empower every presenter, those guests that we brought in, the hosts of the program, and even the callers and those who participate. That, Father God, you'll empower them such that they will get to a place where they begin to do the things that you want them to do. They will learn. And Father God, they will learn to deliver others even better. Bless the program. Bless every listener, we pray. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Who's the greatest cricketer of all times? Anyone can tell you it's the great, so bad, so buzz. This handsome Babajan lad really knows his work. He's a cricket, no joke. 3 checks for Captain Sobers. With no lose respect, that's a trying ways, please. With the greatest team on earth. But the West Indies, and like Bushra Joe Solomon, and Nigel Davis, and those are Rodriguez, Conrad Hunt and White Gibson, the wicket keeper Hendricks. Australia, you lost the West Indies, first trophy. You know you laugh, Australia, stick your man. Australia, don't mind you lost. Better luck next time. Them Australian jokers send them crash headed to protect the batsmen from all. And Charlie Griffith, I felt so sorry for Simpson. He tried but in vain. Griffith and Hall, he started to fall like rain. 3 checks for Hall and Griffith. Only when Australia make it beat Ryan. When he was facing Griffith and Hall, he saw moving fire. When only me real fast bowling, you should see him ducking. And then the very guy telling so much light, telling the one of Griffith shocking. Australia lost the West Indies, must be trophy belong to us. I say you know you lost. Australia, speaking Australia.
Well, the song says, who is the greatest cricketer in the world? We have to say, no, who was the greatest? Got a big send-off yesterday. Sir Gary, he deserved it. And I'm happy. Although I was a bit disappointed, I still felt the ground should have been packed yesterday. But he got a good send-off. A lot of these great players of Viv, Andy, all of them with the Clive, Brian Lara, all of them. So, Sir Gary, you've gone to meet your maker. And I know things will be all right with you. Right, tonight we're going to be speaking to the Basketball Association president. He's going to tell us about the tour they had in Guyana and how things went. We'll also talk to the PRO of the Football Association. We will have cricket from Grenada, the Dominica team, the one today against Grenada. We'll also talk about the West Indies team, who just won a match as well. And we'll have a discussion about the Azari Joseph problem, where we heard one thing from the coach and we hear different things. So, and then, of course, the big news today, UEFA have decided the 55 countries will not take part in the next World Cup. I mean, this is a big story we will also discuss. But let's take this call already. Some caller is calling. Good evening.
Yes, Sibo, good evening.
How are you?
I'm good. Sibo, I watched this funeral. Oh, that was something else.
Nice.
But Sibo, you know, it's you I was looking for, and you're not there.
Well, if I was there, I would not be here today because...
That is it. I didn't know Kopel was over there, but I was looking for you.
Okay. Well, at least he got a good send-off, which is important.
Yes, it was good.
He got a good send-off.
Good. It was good.
Yeah.
Sebastian. Did we have a delegation at the funeral, Dominica?
No, that's how I was coming to that. Nobody at all. Dr. Olom, let's take this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, Sibo and everybody.
How are you?
Sibo, I'm okay. Sibo, I look at that funeral. Sibo, that is what we call a state funeral of class, Sibo. Well organized, well executed. Sibo, and those cricketers with their bats that had the guard of honor.
The young cricketers.
Sibo, that was beautiful.
Yes.
Sibo, boy, I marveled at that. Everything went nice. You understand? It was a good send-off. But I marvel at the preparation, Sibo.
Yes.
But in the white and everything. You know, just in Chapman, Sibo. You understand? Boy, that was nice. Okay.
Yeah. Lobi, to answer your question, the Antigua government decided, the cabinet of Antigua decided they would send Sevev, Andy, Ambrose, and Richardson to represent the country. I forwarded that to a big person in the Labour Party. The person said to me, they're going to send it to Skerrit. And I guess, well, everything in Dominica, Skerrit has to be, with nobody from Dominica was there, officially. Which is really a big shame.
This is craziness. You have
it's a big shame.
You have the vice president. At least the vice, he could have taken on his own. C'est pas l'argent et pani, any l'argent.
Yeah, it's a great shame.
But I would have. Let's face it, man. As a former executive member, who was a huge post on the West Indies border, right? And he has money. Not to say he has money. Forget about Skerrit, and just take on your own. As a former, he played a lot of cricket in Dominica, right? He was not just an administrator; he was also a cricketer. And that is showing they're showing you the kind of caliber of people we have in Dominica,
Yeah, and guys, by the way, Lobi, Dr. Funk, Fiala won the gold medal this afternoon, eh? Yeah, sure. She won the gold medal, eh?
Yes, Sebastian, they're coming back on the Glasgow. I know I was watching it on my cell phone. I had to come with that, Sebastian. Let's listen.
What we'll do, Lobi, we'll deal with that. We have to spend some time on that. So there's something I want to Dr. Fountain to deal with. And this is serious. Guys, we're hearing all sorts of problems now with this confirmation visit. It seems there are allegations, there seem to be fraud, all sorts of nonsense going on. And this is very, very serious. Dr. Fountain, I don't know if your party, you have sat down and discussed that. Because I think the outside world need to know what's happening. I think people mustn't take this thing like, because you had all sorts of things going on in this thing, and then you hear chief election officer responding, then you hear him, board didn't know about complaints, and man is a whole set of, let's take this caller, we'll come back to that. Many callers on the line. Good evening.
Yes, Kitibo, good evening.
Yes.
To you, Dr. Fountain and Lobi. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate Fiala also for making us proud by taking another gold medal. But Sibo, while I am on your program, I know it's cricket and so on, but there's a talking point that is on my mind, right? So this young lady from Portsmouth that is missing, is there any recent news about whether she's found or anything of that sort?
No, we haven't heard that, and that's another serious thing. Remember the young girl who disappeared years ago, and she has never been seen since.
Right now, Sibo, before I leave, Sibo, what I find, they are telling me, according to law, that the police has to wait 72 hours before they start searching for somebody who's reported missing.
Well, they could.
If that is so, Sibo, you Dr. Fountain and Nubi, I personally, as an elderly person, find that law needs to change.
Well, I didn't know they had a law like that. Honestly, I find that crazy because by that time you could meet a dead person.
Of course, that's more than crazy.
Yeah.
You mean tell me somebody report is made and you have to wait 72 hours? That is 3 days. That is 3 days. So if that is true, Dr. Fontaine and the Supreme Court investigate. That's not stupid.
No.
Well, we have legal people listening to this program. They can call and tell us if there is law.
In some countries, they have a 48 hours because they figure, especially if it's a grown-up person, the person might just have decided they want to go, because they have a certain right. These are grown-ups.
Okay.
But for children, that doesn't apply.
Yeah, because
a child reported missing. Then by law they have to investigate.
Good evening.
Sibo,
yes,
I want to say something about that confirmation.
You go right ahead.
Listening. Sibo, let me tell you, that is a national issue. You understand? Sibo, let me tell you that all complaints or alleged things people say, the chief elections officer saying is not true. You understand? A gentleman called yesterday and said, on Matt's program, said yes, he went to confirm and he didn't bring any person to say a witness. He didn't give no name. He said that's all. Now you get in those complaints, Sibu. You haven't got all she telling us is about what computer cannot, what, and all kind of stuff. Sibu, you haven't got to investigate that. Go to the areas and see if that is happening. You just see and stuff. Then you have the chairman of the Electoral Commission. Sibu, and Dr. Fontaine, where is he? Where is he, Lord Jesus? He's not coming to talk to the nation. Come and talk to us. Tell us that while I'm trying to investigate or nothing. We just there. See what everybody's there, doing what they want. When the gentleman came, the gentleman said he tried to do whatever he could do when they appointed him. See what you're in a job. You don't like it. You don't want to answer a question. You don't want nobody to tell you anything. See, but who paid Dr. Fontaine what they get? A stipend, a salary, or whatever he'll answer me after. You're not doing the people's work. We are paying you. See, but if you don't want to do the work you do, well, just leave. Papa Boje will suffer every time it's a confirmation, this, there, that, there. Nobody coming to tell the nation anything. See, but how is Dominica alone that I got?
You are good question.
Come down. Good question. I cannot understand that. You are a chairman of. You have one of the commissioners saying we need an investigation. See, but if a commissioner say that something is wrong, Sibo. So if a commissioner from the same telling you we need to investigate, so the chairman should come out and say something. Lord Jesus. Good evening.
Yeah, this is serious. So let's take the next caller. Dr. Fontaine, you respond to what she asked you in a while. Good evening.
Yes, good night. People, I look for you in the funeral.
No. Well, I would not have been here if I was there. Right.
I know you wouldn't be here, but when I hear your voice, I say you didn't make it to the funeral. But about madness alone that happening in Dominica, in that get confirmed and that child that's missing there. If you say you have to wait all that time, that child, they kidnap that child and they kill that child. We people on them get away with that already, people. Because time for how many days? These people already clean up their mess and they escape. That don't make no sense. All of them making no sense.
Well, we don't know if there's a law like that. We don't know. We expect some legal person to call and tell us. We don't know if there's a law like that.
I want to congratulate CLR4 and also want to congratulate Danny Lugi on the discussion they had last night.
Okay.
Kudos to Danny Lugi.
Thank you. No problem.
You're welcome.
You. Next caller. Good evening.
Yes, good evening to you, Steve. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you? What's up?
I'm bad, not bad at all. Dr. Fontaine, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah. Well, I've been hearing about Lease has duplicate people on the list. And there's one thing that can happen or should happen. If there are two names on any list, if it's just one person, if it's in Portsmouth or Drake as a Grande, one person name appears twice on any list, voting list, the whole thing from Portsmouth to Capuchin needs to be redone. Complete re-registration. Because you cannot tell me there's one person name appear twice, once, somewhere. If that is happening anywhere, that's something that has happened maybe a few times, or maybe 60 or 80 times, so that the Labour Party can get back in. So this is something that I will be willing to affix my name to an injunction to get that re-registration done all over again. Good evening, gentlemen.
Dr. Fontaine, the lady asked you, right?
Yes, and I want to answer the question, but I wanted to say something as well. It gets worse, with this confirmation process. We talk about the duplicate names, but I know of two individuals whose children studying overseas went to register for the very first time, and they were denied.
They were denied, and they're over 18?
They're over 18. They're studying overseas, came back on vacation, went to register as first-time voters, and they were denied. One of them, I'm sure she doesn't mind me saying that, is the daughter of our Roseau Central candidate.
Yeah, but what was done about that? What has been done about that since then?
Well, interestingly enough, the electoral office actually wrote a letter justifying the actions the law is crystal clear. That has never changed in the law, that students and diplomats, their place of residence is always their home country. As long as you're a student, a bona fide student studying overseas, your residence is your home country. Your parents' home is your home country.
But Dr. Fontaine, you all can't take that line down. Something has to be done about that.
But I'm saying, why would an electoral office not know that? Because this is in the law. You cannot deny. In other words, students they automatically qualify. So what they say is that they don't satisfy the 3 months, because for you to register as a first-time voter, you have to be in your place of residence for 3 months before you come to register. But the legislation in Article 7.2.1 is very, very clear. It says that students and diplomats, if you're a diplomat in some post overseas, you are as if you are in Dominica, and the same for students. So it means that the 3 months criteria does not apply to the students at all. And you're telling me that people in the electoral office do not even know that?
But let me
I can understand that in one case it happened in the Old District,
right,
where it was in the confirmation office. But this case happened in the electoral office itself.
What?
And a letter was written almost accusing people of trying to do something, to do some strange business.
But again, you all must respond to that. Get a lawyer and to ensure that the person gets her name on the list. But I would ask you, do you think it's that the people just don't know, or they are wicked and malicious and deliberately trying to prevent people who they believe or they perceive as not supporting the government?
Well, I think there is some of that. For example, I know of cases where they have told persons who they know are not supporting us, when they bring, they know are not supporting the Labour Party, when they come in to confirm or they come in to stand as the what they call that, the recommender, to recommend you, they're telling them that you are coming too often.
You see that?
There should be no quota. The law simply says that somebody that you know that can vouch for you. These communities are small, so everybody knows everybody else in the community. So if there's one person who is available, bringing you to confirm, they're rejecting it. So I'm saying that they were and this seems to be happening only to our supporters. And in the case of the student, these are our supporters. So it seems to me, and I mean, I'm being very cautious as to how I say this, but it appears to me that all is not right. That there is some kind of something going on that people hope can skew this confirmation in one direction, and that should not be.
Well, what I would say to you, Dr. Fontaine, if you all do nothing about it, you all will have failed your supporters.
No.
So you all have to go to the last end, as they say, to do something about that.
Yes.
Because this is deliberate, where the people are cheating, as I would say, cheating, and now you are the leader of the parties, and you know that directly. So honestly, for somebody to do that, this is deliberate, and you all cannot lie down with that. You all have to get a lawyer so that to ensure that the person gets her name on the list.
Yeah.
There's no other way.
But why would you try to disenfranchise? You're bending over backwards to allow persons who have not been in Dominica for 50 years.
Yeah.
They have no business in Dominica. Away for 50 years, they can just come back tomorrow, get their name on the list. And then somebody who lives in Dominica, but who just happens to be studying overseas, cannot get their name in as a first-time voter. Why are they trying to disenfranchise legitimate Dominican voters?
Well, you all can't let that lie down. This has to be dealt with, and dealt with to the last dollar people have to get legal representation. This is just wrong. Next caller. Good evening.
Hello, Sibu.
Yes.
Dr. Fontaine, don't forget to answer my question. Sibu, my last comment.
Sorry, can you tell me the question again? I got kind of.
So that Philip get a salary. So that Philip get a salary or a stipend. Go ahead.
You answer after and I put down.
Yeah.
Sibu, I am talking like that because I always like to say, but I have a granddaughter and a family. That's a national. I will die with my boots on, and I continue to say that. Ian, I don't care if you say that yourself. You see, Ian Anthony should not have been removed from there at that point in time when we are having a new system. When they removed him, they could have given him a contract. He was still in the system working, you know. After he left electoral, he went to the ministry. So he was working in the ministry. You understand? Because he had to live over there because 65. They did not grade the age, but you cannot take him out from there. I'm not saying anybody's indispensable. Sibo, listen to me well.
Yeah, we'll listen to you.
But at that point in time, where you have a new system, you cannot remove a person who knows the system, who worked there how many years, and bring in somebody who never worked there, Sibo. You understand what I'm saying? He could have been given a contract or something. So, Sibo, I'll die with my boots in that. They know why they removed Ian. Ian should have never been removed from there at that point in time. Thank you.
You listen, here's somebody saying, hold on, Louis, somebody saying, can you believe that on the registration center in Bath Road, the names and contact numbers for DLP known operative was posted in a wall in that office? This is going so far, and these people should be fired. It was reported that a DLP candidate, along with her photos, came to Bath Estate months ago to confirm someone who is ill and may not be mentally capable. So these people going out of the way to do all sorts of corrupting. Go ahead, LeBlanc.
Yeah, Sebastian, two things. Number one, Sebastian, I'm listening to the conversation about irregularities. Remember, they said our election has been tainted and we should never have another election. Now, just to respond to Elizabeth, Elizabeth has to understand that the public service has been decimated. She has to understand that. You have a public service anymore. She worked in a public service when there's public service. But presently, wash up and come anybody's PS, Sebastian, which Sebastian, when you're outside, things happen that's how it is in the service.
Hold on a little bit now. Somebody's saying, good evening, bro. Great start to the program. You are correct. Just complaining is not enough. There are attorneys associated with the UWP. A letter should be forwarded as soon as possible to challenge the decision of the Electoral Commission. Thompson must act now, right? That's what somebody's saying.
Well, we've acted already on this one. We've already acted. We've already written to the electoral office on this. Certainly. No, we are not taking this lightly. We are acting. And to answer the question, the commissioners do receive a monthly salary in the thousands of dollars.
Okay, well, she's hearing. Yeah. Good evening.
Yes, it's me again. I will support Mrs. White, and it is the first time I'm going to support LeBlanc because it haven't got a public service again. It haven't got that.
Long time.
There's gangs in ministry, but they haven't got a public service again. Thank you.
Yeah, it really is a joke. But as you talk about the commissioner, somebody called on the radio today and said that apparently there are 4 commissioners supporting the government. I don't know that. I found that a bit strange. I was a bit stunned by it. Well, that's what the person said. I don't know. I don't want to comment. I don't know. But somebody said it looked like there are 4 commissioners supporting the government. Let's take this next caller. Good evening.
Yes, Ivo, good evening.
Yes,
Ivo,
good evening. Yeah.
When is UWP? People are going and witness people more than once or twice. They have a problem with that. But in the office itself, those people that they are taking on your name, not working there, they are being witness to other people. Labour Party are selling their people there and they're telling them people out there will be with their witness. So they can witness people for 100 times, but if they know you supporting the UWP and you go twice, 3 times, they don't want to see you there again. UWP people cannot go into the offices, but Labour Party operatives can stay there from they open to they close. So something wrong inside. They don't want UWP people around there to see what's going on. But a lot of nonsense going on in those places. Good guy.
Look, somebody said they know of a guy who witnessed over 20 people. One guy witnessing people. This thing is a corrupt thing, as I say, and something has to be done because whatever happens at the end is not going to be a reflection of really a proper voters list. Although I will say to people, please, you have a couple months, go and get confirmed. Still go. People must go and get confirmed because that's the only way you can vote if your name is on the list.
Yes.
So do you have your idea ready?
No, up to now, the state already.
So what? So
since November, look, August starting in 2 days' time.
In fact, and Mano, we have declared August as confirmation and registration month.
Nice.
So we are going to go all out to get persons confirmed and registered. We are going to place a keen focus on that. We are launching next week Tuesday on Q95 with a radio fund because we're going to need support to boss people in, to have people come in and give their time and so on to be witnesses and and we also have to boss people from areas where there were no confirmation centers, for example in Warner and Campbell and Mount Prospect.
Wonderful.
So that we can actually pay for buses to bring people into the confirmation center. So we are embarking on that. August, people, registration and confirmation month, and we want everybody who is not yet confirmed to do it in the month of August.
Before we take that next caller, tomorrow the people in Newtown, Martha's people, Martha Augustus, they have a big barbecue from 4 o'clock right in the Montego Bay area tomorrow. So everybody go and buy your chicken there tomorrow, your dinner. Please go there to Newtown. Martha Augustus was born right in the Harlem, in the heart of Newtown. They have this barbecue right by Montego Bay, by Ruben's Bakery, right there tomorrow. So please, everybody, go there and get your chicken. Let's take this next caller. Good evening. Oh, we love this caller. Yes, so as you say, Dr. Fountain, all fundraising, people must support it. Go to Newtown tomorrow afternoon, 4 o'clock. Get your barbecue, get your meal, get your dinner. So you can, let's say tomorrow night, that's where you're going to have your dinner.
Yes, and it's a great opportunity as well to meet the candidates.
Exactly. Exactly. Hang out. It's Friday night. It's a holiday weekend. Go and hang out there tomorrow night. But, Dr. Fountain, as I say, UWP must take this thing seriously because the other side is playing dirty. So, please, don't take this thing lightly. The party must do something about it and do it because you cannot let down your supporters. You will have failed your supporters if you do nothing. Let's take this next caller. Good evening. Hello? Hello. Good evening. Hello, don't listen to your radio.
Pardon?
Don't listen to your radio. Go. Hello?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Hello, yes? Hello?
Yeah, you say you can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. We're hearing you.
Yeah, I just want to make a brief contribution in reference to the discussion. And I want to speak especially in reference to, in terms of people who are studying and diplomats. Those people automatically, providing that they are in those particular positions as a student and as a diplomat, you work for the government of Dominica, you should be allowed to be registered. That should be by law. So I am really, really, to be honest, really disappointed and surprised that this is the case where the people are not allowed to be registered. And you cannot look at somebody because you think that they are maybe a supporter of the opposition child or family, because you don't know who the person is going to vote for. So you are judging people, and you might be judging the wrong people.
Okay.
Because the power of the people is greater than the people in power.
Correct.
So when the government is trying to victimize people because they feel, they assume that this person either support or don't support, the government will get a doggy, as we would say here in St. Kitts and Nevis, right? So I will encourage the opposition to continue to stand up for what is right, because the only right a man has a right to do is what is right.
Okay. All right, Doctor. Okay. Mr. Maynard, we have to go to break now, so thank you. Thank you. When we talking about cricket later, you can join us. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
As we go to the break, I just want to say good evening, Gerald Cobbett and Pat in Portsmouth. A lot of people who say they haven't, we're not bigging them up. The people in the valley, people in Salisbury, Wavell and Ann and Hazel, all these people in Collie-Ho, like Jerem and Eddie and all Robes, Kenrick, all these people listen. People in Dubla, Tyson, good evening. People in all over the place. We have so many people we have to call. So all our fans, good evening. We're going to go to break now.
And order all your chicken parts, wholesale, and even enjoy retail. It's at AC Shillingford. All chicken parts available that you can afford. Fresh breast, and you know breast is best. Shillingford wings have muscle. After you eat it, you can fly. As for Shillingford chicken drumsticks, even swinging stars just order drumsticks from Shillingford. And for those of you who love pull, AC Shillingford keeps your belly full. Buy your chicken wholesale at AC Shillingford. From wings to thighs to drums to breasts to backs to necks. It's available. It's always available, and it's affordable. Plus, you've got pork feet, ham and turkey, bull foot, chicken nuggets, pepperoni, all those right seasonings to make your kitchen keep on ticking. Buy your wholesale chicken at AC Shillingford. When you think of chicken, think of AC Shillingford. Always ready.
The economic power Dominica revolves at AC Shillingford and Company. For timeless, trusted, dependable, comprehensive insurance coverage, it has to be New India Insurance. Need anything overseas? Shopbox Dominica Isle of Freight is your advance on-time delivery right to your doorstep. For super savings on all your groceries, come to ACS Super Shopping Center for laundry, groceries, cooking, beverages, and event supplies on King Jonathan Street. ACS 7-Eleven on High Street, supplying your everyday essentials. Fill up your vehicle gas tanks, get your cooking gas, and top-ups of all kinds. Or go to 7-Eleven Portersville, where the best-kept secret is conveniently located upstairs in the confidential escape or staycation self-contained accommodations at the Porter's Place. AC Shillingford, where you spend less and get more.
When you want the best, you do shop at SCA. Better than the rest, go shop at SCA. And they often when I say shop at SCA. You get more for life, shop at SCA. Shop at SCA, yeah, shop at SCA. Shop at SCA, what is that? Shop at SCA. Yes, family, customer friendly. With free locations, it's so convenient. And our prices, Madam, that's where you belong. Oh, tell your mama, tell your papa, shop at SCA. Tell your son and your daughter, shop at SCA. And the men and cousin friend, open power, all of them. Grandma, grandpa, open neighbor, girlfriend, boyfriend, side. What? Shop at SCA. Shop at SCA. Shop at SCA. Shop at SCA. Check us out at Portersville, High Street, and downtown Rose.
Some laundry detergents may miss the mark when it comes to adding softness to your loads. But fortunately, in Dominica, we've got Ensueno fabric softener. Ensueno is the conditioner of laundry care, making your clothes feel butterfly soft. Discover Ensueno fabric softener. Long-lasting, nature-inspired fragrances protect your fabrics. Revitalize your laundry with the refreshing scent of spring fresh Ensueno fabric softener. Makes your clothes fluffy, alive, and vibrant. Love all over Dominica. Local agents, Association African Company. Available also offers your favorite friendly neighborhood outlet or shop. Use Ensueno.
Looking for a quiet, relaxing place to stay? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Leaving the office late and need somewhere close to town? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Have business clients coming in and need accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Looking for group accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Located at 37 Goodwill Road in Portersville, upstairs ACS Supermarket. Enjoy our semi-self-contained rooms with private washroom, bathroom, Wi-Fi, air condition, cable network, mini refrigerator, all in a non-smoking environment. Call or WhatsApp at 1767-275-1899 or email us at info@portersplaceguesthouse.com to make your reservations. Porter's Place, your home away from home. Fit for a king, a queen, and all their royal subjects.
Dominica, it's game time. On or off the field, every goal, corner kick, every penalty, from cricket to football to netball to basketball. Del Magis is Dominica's #1 and only all-star sports, all gear, all uniform, all access sports center. Get all your team and individual all sportswear, accessories, and fitness comfort apparel. Del Magis got it all. From Nike to Lacoste to Puma, Adidas, Psycho Bunny, Levi's, football boots in all sizes, hoses, shin guards, goalkeeper gloves, sneakers for running, jogging, walking, climbing, hiking, or tracking, softball, cricket ball, sports trophies, and all sports gear and wear. Your sports dominance begins at Del Magis. Oubliez, jouer, sway, sauter, marcher, et duiver. Track pants, tops, shorts, sports bras. In all neutral or delicate fluorescent colored sports fabrics. Only at Del Magis. Proud sponsor the Sports Wrap. Interactive sports reviews, results, analysis, predictions, and sports commentary. Del Magis, Arcade George 5th Street, lower down from Ace Shillingford Shopping Center.
Yes, yeah, we're back and we have with us our guest who has just arrived. And we say, well, he looked very, how would say, Dr. For well dressed in his long sleeve and so on. So we have with us the president of the Basketball Association. You know, the Dominica team were in Guyana a few weeks ago. And obviously we want to hear from Mr. Robinson what transpired in Guyana. Good night, sir.
Good evening, and thanks for having me as usual.
Right. First question, how was the experience in Guyana?
Well, it was a really good experience, to put it mildly. I think we had a very young team. Everybody was representing the country for the first time. First time tournament in 17 years, a FIBA tournament in the region. So I think overall it was good for basketball, good for the players, and good for the plans that we want to lay out for basketball moving forward. So overall it's a very exciting time.
Well, how I'd say it, obviously, you didn't, on the court, we didn't really win probably one match we won, but the experience for the players moving forward, how is that going to help Dominican basketball?
So at least I think from a player standpoint, the guys know what the bar is, what they have to play to and towards to be able to compete at the regional level. Not just that, I think if you look at the 2 out of the 3 games we lost, we were in the game up until 6.5 minutes to go in both games. So it tells us a bit about a few things about our basketball, our preparation, our conditioning, and our overall mental ability to sustain organized pressure for a long time for the game. So I think from a basketball standpoint, the learning is unlimited. Obviously, you want to win, but winning is an end result of all the other pieces that you have to put together. So I think we're on the right track.
From what you saw in the tournament, how far back we are in terms of skill and everything else in basketball?
I think from a skill standpoint, we're right there. And again, with the exception of one game that we got outplayed by Antigua thoroughly, and Antigua ended up winning that tournament anyway. We were very competitive with the other teams. So from a skill standpoint, we are there. And obviously, if you playing against, you would know that in sports, if you are similar level, then the differences are, your ability to sustain your mental preparation, your physical preparation, execution, and just the mere organized and experience to sustain that for a while. And I think that's where we are lacking. Obviously, with the lack of tournaments and the lack of cohesiveness as a team, is the first time the team playing. These are the areas that we have to continue to work on.
So what next for the national team then? After that, I mean, obviously that's a start, I would say.
Yeah. So right now we are in the planning phases of the Windward Islands tournament, and that is tentatively scheduled for November
in Dominica.
In Dominica.
Nice.
So we are planning once the league closes off, which should happen in the next week and a half, 2 weeks, to maintain the core of the team in the sustained training sessions. Obviously, that does a few things: keep the guys in shape, build teamwork, and obviously give us a chance to assess. But I think the team is young enough that we have to keep the core together as much as we can. So the national team schedule really is playing towards November. There's a tentative tournament, French tournament, that we're trying to put on in October as well here. That will be represented by our national team also. And these are all in the preliminary stages, but that's the plan. But the short-term plan is to keep the team together and organize trainings moving forward.
You are the coach. You know the players. Do you think all these players moving for coachable, they're willing to learn, to improve on their skill?
Well, to be honest, that's one of the things I was really surprised by. I think the whole exposure, prior to the tournament, you could feel the hesitation because some of the team players are not in organized setting. They are very good players, not normally being told what to do too much and not being restricted in terms of a team setting. If you're the best player in the team, you pretty much do typically what you want. So I think from that standpoint, the tournament brought it out, especially towards the end, where I was pretty much even surprised at the level of receptiveness that the players demonstrated as we moved along. Initially, like I said, you could sense the hesitation, but I think from every player that was on that team, I sensed the humbleness in terms of recognizing the shortcomings and what we have to do as a unit. I didn't sense the resistance or the lack of interest. I would say it's the exact opposite, and I was pleasantly surprised in most cases.
Nice.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lobby.
No.
Yes, Rob. Yes, Rob. I'm listening to you there, talking basketball. And first of all, you said that Antigua. What in the area Antigua played you all? What area? What on the court that Antigua dominated?
Antigua really dominated on the shooting. They that's one of the teams that with the defense we pride ourselves on being a defensive team because of our I would say our lack of size in most cases. So we played a 1-3-1 defense and we actually almost perfected it, but the downside to that is once the shots are being made, you are vulnerable. And Antigua took something like 36 3-point shots, and they made almost 45% of the free.
Wow.
So they kind of nailed us early on that, and it's kind of hard to catch up once you. And they also dominated in terms of their organized offense. They were really well tuned and well oiled, and so they were executing pretty well. Our defense disrupted them a bit, but they were making their shots. So that's what they did.
Yes, Sebastian, I'm not sure yet. Coming back on the game itself with Antigua, I'm listening to you, Dan, I'm listening to you, Robo, that our basketball itself, you said about in terms of what we learned from it. So it looking like, first of all, our league itself, the players, the teams there must be more plays. You have to be more organized plays. Or looking like Antigua, they were able to switch the ball, a lot of switching quickly, rotation quickly. So that thing is that I've looked at our basketball here. As you said, some players are accustomed of, having their own way. But the game, you have to understand that right now, you have to have plays. You have to have plays. You have to be more organized on our offense.
Yeah.
The game is 3-pointers and they'll hit you hard on that.
So that comes back to one of the problems, I think, on one of the programs before we mentioned, is having organized structure in basketball. The clubs and each club having a coach or a coaching staff or leaders or a leader. And that is one of the things that our basketball suffers from, because that is how the structure would get back. Somebody calling plays, somebody be able enough to design plays and understand the teams that they have and be disciplined enough to execute. And then it becomes a habit. So then you become more coachable, you become more dependable, and you can understand something when a coach calls it. So it's not all the players' fault. I think the whole structure of the clubs and teams have to get a little more organized. And that's one of the things we have been pushing, and we mentioned that a million times on the show before. And hopefully it can take off and the players themselves can drive it, because now they've experienced what it can bring.
Yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about the organization of basketball in Dominica, and I know you guys are doing a lot and just getting back with regards to the senior national team. But I was wondering, in terms of the lower levels, for example, in football right now, with the Football Association, they organize the under-15s, under-23s, and so on, so that people can kind of build up through that system to the national level. I'm wondering if there are any discussions within the association to do something like that with basketball.
Well, funny you would say that. I mean, as recent as last evening, I had a call with a French counterpart. And the plan is in July next year, they want to have an under-13 and an under-16 basketball tournament, both male and female in Dominica.
Mm-hmm.
But again, these things have to be driven either from the schools or from the clubs, because that's where you're going to get it. And we are hoping, we tried it this year, we were not too successful. I think we kind of jumped on it a little late. But what we are hoping is that the premier teams next year are all going to be clubs. And an offshoot of that is you would have to have junior and female. But it still has to come back to the grassroots programs being driven from the community level and the club level. We can do so much to provide the framework, provide the structure, the guidance, the support, the resources when we can. So that's one of the things we're gonna be pushing moving forward. We definitely lack the influx of young players, especially in the local leagues, and you can see it. The players you see today doing pretty well at the leagues that the guys have been doing for 5-10 years now, and yes, you have a young national team because you haven't had one before, but we're still not seeing that steady input of young players, and the lack of tournaments or competitions, I would say, at that age group is a shortfall, and we can definitely work on that moving forward.
Okay, great. No, I'm very happy to hear.
Yeah.
Yes.
In terms of the Antigua team, were they all homegrown players, or they had players based overseas?
They had about 50% of the players based overseas. But
Okay.
you see, the advantage to that is some of those players been playing overseas and also coming back and playing in their leagues. So the guys actually been playing together. And I spoke, I know the coach from back playing when we were playing OACS tournaments personally. And he was telling me most of those guys come back and play 1 or 2 games in the leagues.
Oh.
So they actually know each other, and they've been together for the past 4.5 months playing and preparing for this tournament. They play really well together. But it's ironically is a blend of very experienced guys and a younger guy. So it's not just guys that are out there in college and coming back and played. Been guys that played for a while, but still involved in basketball. But the key is they have had a national setup for a long time. And the players that go out and play, they are actually in constant contact. They're actually registered players in the local leagues as well. So the organized part of it is a little step ahead in terms of being able to tap in the resources that are outside.
Where are we in terms of the local league now? Where are we now?
So we are at the final stages. The reason the league is on hold now is because of interschool. So we have a couple of the players that are actually part of the clubs that are in the finals. So we can give them a chance to, they're representing the country. So they're actually in St. Lucia as we speak. But the league resumes next week, Wednesday, with the best of 5 between the 767 Dominators. And,
that's what, in Division 1 or in the Premier? Premier. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the Pish.
That's Maggie's team?
Maggie's and Dr. Daru.
So that would be the final.
That would be the finals.
Okay.
So that's happening, and we have the Division 1 finals as well guarded for the same week. So we're gonna come out early next week with all the details, and we're trying to get the games carried live, etc. Trying to really hype up the last week and 2 weeks of basketball. But that's where we have the national team with the National League.
Go ahead, Lobby. I see you. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I believe in terms of the structure of basketball, listening, I think whether we can, that is something I have seen that we are suffering with in basketball. As you said earlier on, guys come on the court and they think they can do their own thing, but that's what basketball game is structured. And what kind of assistance can we get from the outside? We can get somebody to come and assist the club, the coaches, to organize, how to organize plays, and what is there any movement in that?
Well, we just had a coaches, one of our coaches attend a FIBA coaching session that was held in St. Lucia about 3 or 4 months ago. We have 4 coaches registered for the Pan Am Sports coaching session, which starts mid-August and it goes on to March. I think it's a 14-week training session for multiple sports, but basketball has 4 people registered. Basically, at the entry level of coaching, dealing with all aspects of coaching. But Lobby, I think the bigger problem we have is getting the teams. I wouldn't call them clubs yet because we maybe have 3 or 4 clubs. Getting the teams to acknowledge the importance of a coach, because yes, you can bring down the help, but who in those settings or in those setups are really the coaches? It's weird. So that's where the former players, the people that are interested with some basketball knowledge to step forward and try to help those clubs, which is where it starts, or in the schools, which is where even further down it starts, to get those organized basketball going. Because we have a lot of people that stand on the sideline. You know how it is. There are a lot of people that stand on the sideline and say, well, we should, but none of them coaching, not even a Pee Wee league. So it's difficult to get it started, to be very honest. I think we have to identify these persons first. But as I said, we have 4 and 1. So by the end of March next year, we would have had at least 5 coaches that are certified at the first level, and we can take it from there.
Nice. Let us switch gears a while. Last Friday, we heard probably one of the biggest announcements in sports in America for a long, long time. When LeBron James moved to Philadelphia, a lot of people were surprised.
Yeah.
The family felt he was going to Miami or he was going back to Cleveland. How do you look at this? Yeah.
Well, I think it's an interest. I wouldn't say unnecessarily surprised. I think LeBron James is much smarter than we give him credit for.
Right.
He realizes his limitations. He knows what he needs in terms of a big man in Embiid. He needs a dynamic guard in Fox, and he also needs another scorer, which he has in his team. So he picked the team that he felt gave him the best chance to win. And obviously he wanted to get out of the West because he realized the West is tougher to compete. But for basketball, I think it's good. I think what makes it even more interesting is the East is, I think, is more balanced than people make it out. LeBron James doesn't swing it that much, but he makes it a little more balanced. So it'll be interesting between Philadelphia, Celtics, New York, even Pistons, and Miami is out of it for now. You have 4, 5, 6 teams there that could really compete in the East. As opposed in the West, if you'd gone to Golden State, it would be nice. Nice for
it would be a friendship thing.
Nice, but
not in terms of basketball.
Exactly. I don't think it would have gone
they're going nowhere.
Right. So I think it's interesting, but not taking anything away from. I'm a Lakers fan diehard. I think Lakers still going to be a playoff team. I don't think they have the makeup yet to be a championship team yet, but they're missing 1 or 2 pieces. But I think LeBron made the best decision for his fit at this time.
In fact, you look at Philadelphia starting 5. Yeah. Arguably, they have one of the best starting for a long time in the NBA. Because when you check the combined total of the first 5, in terms of points, the average 100-something points, you had Brown 28, Maxey 27, Embiid 26, you have Edgecombe about 17, and LeBron 20-something. So you have over 100-something points. So if Embiid is fully fit for the season, they're going to be very hard to beat.
But I also think LeBron gives them an opportunity to manage Embiid's time even better. So Embiid doesn't necessarily play every game, but they would need to be competitive every game. I think that's one of the things LeBron brings with Brown as well. Remember, Brown carried Celtics by himself, pretty much. So it's really doable, and we have to recognize I would say, goodness. I would want to say greatness or even greatness when it comes. I think LeBron was at the stage where he could pick anywhere, but it's clear winning is more important to him now than
when money is not, well, he has too much money. So, in fact, his good friend Dwayne Wade say he didn't need a penny.
Exactly.
So money was never anything. But you know, I am saying the NBA. Well, you lived in the States for a while, Dr. Funk, and all of us. I just find sometimes some of the decisions that are taken are crazy. I couldn't believe, here was a guy who's 28, 29 years of age, Jaylen Brown. He was a finals MVP 2 years ago. He was in the discussion for the MVP of the season. How the hell a general manager could tell me he could trade that guy for a 45-year-old man who's always injured?
You see, they said the same thing when they traded the guy from Dallas to Lakers, and you see what happened, what they got in the draft. They got the next best player out of the draft. I mean,
Cooper Flag.
Yeah, we're not sure what they're looking at, but I mean,
you mean Celtics? You mean?
Yeah, but if you look at the Celtics freeing up $300 million contract, it gives them a lot of bandwidth for the next 2 or 3 years.
Right.
So they might decide to sacrifice this year because they can't sustain. 300 for Brown and 300 for what's his name, and not win a championship.
You mean for Tatum?
For Tatum. Yeah. But Tatum, now remember, Tatum is one of the faces of the league. We cannot take that away from him. Before his injury, he was in the top 10 players in the league.
Top 5?
Top 5, maybe. But Jaylen Brown apparently was a little abrasive with the Celtics. I think that's the only sensible conclusion.
Yeah, but to trade him for Paul George, a man who is always injured.
I think Paul George is just a way out.
And to pay a man 40-something million a year, man, I'm trying to understand. But you made the point. But to be fair, even while Tatum was there, Brown was still the man. He was the most outstanding player for the team. So I just didn't understand.
Well, you can call it a bad move on Celtics or a really good move for 76ers. Maybe the general manager of 76ers is underpaid.
I didn't understand that trade at all. I said, but they should fire the general manager, man. It's crazy. What's his name? He was the coach before. I'm trying to remember his name. He was the former coach of the Celtics. Yeah. But that was just...
I think it's Ainge that's still...
No, Ainge is in Utah.
In Utah,
Then Ainge is in Utah. What's his name? I can't remember his name. Somebody might send a text and remind me. He was the coach for Celtic before. He's general manager now. Yeah, he was the coach before.
But you know, those decisions, they are made. Half of it is business, and then a very small amount is basketball. The rest is business and PR and all that stuff. I suspect Brown had some issues.
Yeah, he's a guy who speaks his mind. He's a guy who speaks his mind, and I guess he'll challenge people. I mean, and some people don't like that.
But Brad Stevens.
Brad Stevens, that's the name. He was the coach before, he's the general manager now of the Boston Celtics. So I didn't understand that trade at all. A young guy in his prime, trading for a man who's always injured, who hardly plays 20 games a year. So, Lobby, I see you wanted to join the conversation here.
That just Brown speaks his mind, Sebastian. He's one of the most intelligent players. Go back in terms of academia. He could, in the bound to settle for basketball. A very, very intelligent young man. I think that with LeBron, Sebastian, I'm not seriously. LeBron, to me, if I wasn't, I would be able to step aside and help my son move on. He was injured. Let's just say this guy's playing injury.
Who is always injured?
LeBron. Let me tell something.
Lobby, let us be real. How many games? No, but you're making a statement that is wrong. That's a wrong to say the man is always injured. That's very wrong.
Playing with injuries. It's not easy. The basketball. It's not easy.
How many games he missed last season? For injury.
A number of games. I can't remember the number.
Because he didn't. Well, you can't remember because he didn't miss many games.
20 games he missed, brother, and it wasn't once in the league.
Hold
on. Do I need to respond to you?
I think LeBron has proven that he contributes more on the court than off the court. Put it that way. He spent a long time, a couple games injured, but most of it was just preventative injury because they wanted LeBron to make sure he was there for the stretch. But even when LeBron took off Houston, LeBron was the best player on the court against Houston Rockets in the first round of the playoffs at 40 years old. So he still have a lot to give to the league and a lot of basketball. LeBron was still an all-star.
LeBron
was in the top 20 players in the league.
He was averaging almost 21 points, 20.9
and 7 rebounds, 7 assists. But you see, Lobby, we have to give credit for longevity. The guy, hold on, you'll talk the stuff. The guy has shown that he can compete at a high level. Why should a man, if he loves a game and he can do it, not play? Why? Go ahead.
Consistency, brother. I'm talking about his consistency. Yes, he gave first round, but in terms, I don't see LeBron getting another ring. Period. And that is, I don't see him getting another ring.
Well, that's your opinion.
You know, but also you're talking about his age. He's 41, but he led the league in transition.
Exactly.
At 41.
Yes, but let me tell you, Dr. Fontaine, he wants a ring. He wants a
he's a better place now.
But I think he's in a better place, and I think Philadelphia itself, by bringing him on, they have increased their chances.
For sure.
You know,
they went from 1 and 60 or 60 to 1 chance to 9 to 1.
Exactly.
That says a lot. That says a lot.
And not only that, what it does for the city of Philadelphia is shirts are beginning to a lot of sale. In fact, the mayor of Philadelphia declared the LeBron James Day. You know, that's how big this guy is, and we have to accept it. I mean, you know, somebody made a point. You know, I think hold on, that people for whatever reason they just don't like the guy. The guy came from and has shown, and the good thing about this guy, you've never heard his name is Scandal.
I was about to say, LeBron doesn't come with baggage.
Exactly.
LeBron has always been the guy that left this basketball to do the talking. And he's not the guy that will come out and take a side on anything. He's not outspoken. So we, as a colored nation, we kind of shy from that. We identify the loud, the smart. But LeBron is not a foolish guy. LeBron is the only billionaire in the NBA today.
Exactly.
So he's doing something right.
Exactly.
But
and in fact, nobody in the NBA has made more money than him from basketball contract. We're not talking about out of basketball.
Right. So I think
presently, money is flowing now in the NBA. But there's more money flowing now in the NBA than before.
Remember, LeBron's been playing for almost over 20 years. And when LeBron started, $1 million contract was a prize.
Yes.
Today, you have guys like Sim Brown getting a $300 million contract. And even with that, he was able to garner $1 billion worth in basketball, which means he's doing something well. But I think, like Sibo was saying, it seemed very easy for people just not to like LeBron.
Yes.
And we cannot penalize the guy for being good, in my opinion.
Not this one here. I still think that, first of all, that the individual, you have his son coming out. Help your son.
No, but he's helping the club. He's helping the entire city of Philadelphia. People, I mean, and Manu, we're talking about an impact of over the say of probably as much as $400 million in his first year to Philadelphia. So, you know, I mean, to me, it's a good thing that he's doing. Even if he does not win
who's making the money? The owners, you know. How many
nobody, because of him, they'll be making that money. That's what Dr. Fontaine is saying to you. No other way they could have made that money this year if LeBron James was not going there. And you know, I heard Charles Barkley came up with a rubbish. Oh, the stacking teams and you know, I'm saying to myself, there is a guy who won nothing in the NBA, you know, and a guy who has done so much. He had won 4 championships. He did nothing.
No. You mustn't say that about Barkley. But he
never won anything. Am I wrong to say that?
Get a ring.
He never won a championship. What's the difference?
Lobby, where did Barkley end his career?
All right.
Remember in his desperation for a ring,
he ended up in
the
team. Exactly.
He wasn't on the correct team, but he was a force to reckon with when he played.
But he tried. In the last couple of years, he was desperate and ended up a few places that he maybe
would you know. But you have to agree that Barkley was one of the top players in the league.
Yes, but he never won anything. He never won.
What about the big discount that he had to take?
Exactly.
To move from probably 50
from 53 million last year to 4 million. 4 million. No, as I say, in fact, he's going to be
money
never
not
for him. Yeah, it's not a motivation for him.
Yeah. The guy know what Barkley. You never saw a person that size. That size of Barkley, the way he played the game. You had to give him his honors. His training, he didn't get a ring, but he was a force to reckon with. With that size, he had able to move.
All the forces to be reckoned with get rings, you know. I mean,
so it's a team. One player can get a ring. The one player.
Right. So it goes back to Sibo's point that he's talking today about stacking.
Yeah.
Back in his day, they were not enough good players where you could afford to stack teams anyway. The league was more parity, and so you had 1 or 2 good players on a team. Now you have everybody at a high level, and the only way it's going to coexist is teams going to have multiple superstars. That's just how it is. And teams making more money so they can afford more players and higher salaried guys.
But the league today,
to the point about you and his son, if LeBron was not in the league 2 years ago. His son would not be in the league today.
Yeah,
if LeBron could not twist Lakers' arm to get his son into the league, he would most likely not be drafted into the league. So that's as much as he can do for his son. Now his son has to go and play.
Exactly.
He has a lot to do still, this son. A lot to do still.
Well, he's on his own. He has to learn. Because when daddy there, he probably will not do. He's thinking that everything is okay. So he's on his own now. He has to learn to play basketball. Yeah. So I just find it too many. In fact, Stephen A. Smith, he had a personal beef with the guy and all kinds of nonsense. And but MJ, trying to get to MJ and all. I mean, anybody that can play as long at that level for so long, he has to be great. To play all that basketball, you still see videos of the guy at 5 o'clock in the morning, in the gym,
Sebastian,
working hard.
Thibault, let me tell you something, Sebastian. Based on in terms of conditioning, new science, and players can play longer now. You have the money, there are things you can do right that help you. Players in the past were not fortunate as today in terms of what is available, all right, for players, for rehab, all right, so can stay longer in the league.
To counteract that point, you still have players that entered the league in this very same era as LeBron, and they retired 10 years ago.
Exactly.
And they were exposed to the same technology.
The money he had, yes, but the money helped him a lot. He used a lot of
the average NBA player, their salary doesn't differ by much, in their first 5 years. So they all have the same resources available to them, or similar. So you have to give him his credit.
But Tony, you will know that, first of all, some guys, in terms of how long they want to play, you play the game. All right, you know how far you want to play, what you do, what is available for you, injury-wise and so on, what you will do, what is available. All right, everybody in the game. I am a LeBron fan, but I'm telling you this. First of all, I tell that I feel sorry. I know what it's like playing in.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think basketball is worse off if LeBron playing another 2 years?
Not the basketball. He himself, What you see? Look, they brought this player. Look, Lakers. Look at my team now.
You're a LeBron fan. You worry about his well-being.
But the guy is fit. He's better. In fact, Dr. Fountain made the point in terms of transition point. He was right up there. Yeah. You saw him buying fast break for the Lakers. Man, I know that's what he's saying. I mean, the guy loved the game. And, I always hear him saying he doesn't want to cheat the game. He always makes that statement. He doesn't want. And when the guy plays, there's no team or nobody that can say when the guys go out there, the guy goes out there, he doesn't give 110%. Nobody or no team or no coach. So, I mean, if a guy feels, and that I'm saying again, you have to give somebody like that credit a lot. And Donnie made the point. Some people who started with him after 10 years, they want to play. You don't even know where these people are. And the guy can still compete at a high level. Man, you have to give the guy credit, man. You have to embrace that sort of professionalism. And the guy has shown that he's the man. I mean, people talk about Michael Jordan. Magic Johnson was my man in the days, but I mean, that guy, you have to give him credit. I mean, let's be real.
One point I just want to make before we wrap up. I think one thing we overlook, especially as I like to put it in the sense of young black athletes growing up, that it is possible to have longevity in your professional career. You hear guys say once they get to 30, they're on the downside of their career. He has proven that you can maintain and sustain a high level. And you can do it if you really want to. If you invest in your time, just like you want a guy to do it at 19, you can still do the same at 35 and 40 if your body allows you to do it. Why not? And it's actually, maybe he's an anomaly, but it is something that young athletes can aspire for or to. So I mean, kudos to the man if he can do it at that level.
Of course,
especially at that price. I mean, $4 million. Come on, somebody's getting good value for their money.
All right, well, Johnny, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, we hope we get you again before the end of the league.
Yes.
And so all is nice to having you. Thank you so much, man.
Anytime.
Right, thank you. So, guys, let's take a break now. On that, let's take a break.
Where in Roseau, Kima Hadis, you can just walk in and order all your chicken parts, wholesale, and even enjoy retail. It's at AC Shilling Further, all chicken parts available that you can afford for fresh breast. And you know breast is best. Shillingford wings have muscle. After you eat it, you can fly. As for Shillingford chicken drumsticks, even swinging stars just order drumsticks from Shillingford. And for those of you who love Risapul, AC Shillingford keeps your belly full. Buy your chicken wholesale at AC Shillingford. From wings to thighs to drums to breasts to backs to necks, it's available. It's always available and it's affordable. Plus, you've got pork feet, ham and turkey, bull foot, chicken nuggets, pepperoni, all those right seasonings to make your kitchen keep on ticking. Buy your wholesale chicken at AC Shillingford. When you think of chicken, think of AC Shillingford. Always ready.
The economic fabric of Dominica revolves at AC Shillingford and Company. For timeless, trusted, dependable, comprehensive insurance coverage, it has to be New India Insurance. Need anything overseas? Shopbox Dominica Isle of Freight is your advance on-time delivery right to your doorstep. For super savings on all your groceries, come to ACS Super Shopping Center for laundry, groceries, cooking, beverages, and event supplies on King Jonathan Street. ACS 7-Eleven on High Street, supplying your everyday essentials. Fill up your vehicle gas tanks, get your cooking gas, and top-ups of all kinds. Or go to 7-Eleven Portersville, where the best-kept secret is conveniently located upstairs in the confidential escape or staycation self-contained accommodations at the Porter's Place. AC Shillingford, where you spend less and get more.
When you want the leg, what you do? Shop at NCA. Better than the rest. Go shop at NCA. And they all compare. Shop at NCA. You get more for what they say. Shop at NCA. Shop at NCA. Yeah, shop at NCA. Shop at NCA. What they say. Shop at NCA. Yes, family, customer friendly. With free locations, it's so convenient. And our prices there. Madam, that's where you belong. Oh, tell your mama, tell your papa, shop at NCA. Tell your son and your daughter, shop at NCA. Auntie, nan, and cousin, friend, hope and power, all of them. Grandma, grandpa, couple, neighbor, girlfriend, boyfriend, side, shop at NCA. Shop at NCA. Shop at NCA. Shop at NCA. Check us out at Portersville, High Street, and downtown Rose.
Some laundry detergents may miss the mark when it comes to adding softness to your loads. But fortunately, in Dominica, we've got Ensueno Fabric Softener. Ensueno is the conditioner of laundry care, making your clothes feel butterfly soft. Discover Ensueno Fabric Softener. Long-lasting, nature-inspired fragrances protect your fabrics. Revitalize your laundry with the refreshing scent of spring fresh Ensueno Fabric Softener. Makes your clothes fluffy, alive, and vibrant. Loved all over Dominica. Local agents, AC Shillingford Company. Available also offers your favorite friendly neighborhood outlet or shop. Use Ensueno.
Looking for a quiet, relaxing place to stay? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Leaving the office late and need somewhere close to town? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Have business clients coming in and need accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Looking for group accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Located at 37 Goodwill Road in Portersville, upstairs ACS Supermarket. Enjoy our semi-self-contained rooms with private washroom, bathroom, Wi-Fi, air condition, cable network, mini refrigerator, all in a non-smoking environment. Call or WhatsApp at 1767-275-1899 or email us at info@portersplaceguesthouse.com to make your reservations. Porter's Place, your home away from home. Fit for a king, a queen, and all their royal subjects.
Dominica, it's game time. On or off the field, every goal, corner kick, every penalty. From cricket to football to netball to basketball. Del Magis is Dominica's #1 and only all-star sports all gear, all uniform, all access sports center. Get all your team and individual all sportswear, accessories, and fitness comfort apparel. Del Magis got it all. From Nike to Lacoste to Puma, Adidas, Sacco Bunny, Levi's, football boots in all sizes, hoses, shin guards, goalkeeper gloves, sneakers for running running, jogging, walking, climbing, hiking, or trekking. Softball, cricket ball, sports trophies, and all sports gear and wear. Your sports dominance begins at Del Natchez. Oubliez jouer, sway, sauter, marcher, et driver. Track pants, tops, shorts, sports bras. In all neutral or delicate fluorescent colored sports fabrics. Only at Del Natchez. Proud sponsor the Sports Wrap. Interactive sports review, results, analysis, predictions, and sports commentary. Del Natchez, Arcade George 5th Street, Lower Town from Ace Shillingford Shopping Center.
Yes, we're back and we're going to be talking local football now. We have with us on the line the PRO of the DFA, Mr. Abby Lawrence. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening. Good evening to the listeners of Connect 5.
Dr. Low Black is there. Dr. Fountain is there. Yeah.
Good evening, Louis. Good evening, Dr. Fountain again. Good evening, Mr. Sebastian, and the listeners of Connect
Right.
5.
Abby, we had football last weekend. We hadn't had you for a couple of weeks now. So tell us what's happening.
Well,
we know Dubler was in the country because they were in Trinidad. What happened locally in the last few days? In fact, I think your team and Dr. Fountain's team, Southeast lost in the bottom place team, right?
Yeah, well, there is still a short hiatus in the league because Dubla is still out. There was some difficulty in them getting into Ireland. So the game between them and Southeast tonight will not be played. Nonetheless, yes, one game was played, and we saw that of Southeast going down to Mighty Avengers 3-2. And as we speak now, again, should be played, but I'm in a session now. That is Maho, Belfast Estate, Maho Soccer Strikers, and that of Mighty Avengers. The game that was to be played on Tuesday, again, due to some players from one of the teams being into school, then there is a shot again.
Well, let me ask you, you mean a game wasn't played because one guy is not there? Is that what you're saying?
It's not one guy. There are teams with more than one, so as a result, the clubs are requesting that they cannot play because some of their star players are out, which I am one of them that's saying if you fill in a squad, two players being out, by no means necessary would a game be rescheduled. But I'm just a little titty in the ocean, so I kind of remain quiet.
Yeah, I feel that's
true. If you understand the analogy. Sir.
Well, I'm trying to listen because I just find, to me, as you rightly said, you have to, when you fill in your registration form, you probably put in what, 20 players. So if one guy is not there, I see no reason why
there is no way
the team shouldn't be playing. That doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
That doesn't make sense.
That is my take on it.
So who decides something like that? Is it the executive of the Football Association or what?
Well, one of the things that happens, Mr. Sebastian, is that the fixtures are sent out.
Mm-hmm.
And when the fixtures are sent out, the clubs then write to the competitions coordinator, which is Mr. Cobbett, and I must say he's been doing an excellent job. But then Mr. Cobbett on his own cannot say that the games are rescheduled. If it were on his part, I would personally believe that all games would have been played. But when other entities would intervene, then they would grant the wishes of the club. Is it a political maneuvering that is up to the clubs to see, or that is up for the persons that love the game to know what is going on?
No, Abby, Dominica's supposed to be playing football in September, right?
Yes, we are. The 27th and the 1st of October will be our home game.
Right. Now, Dominica, up to now, hasn't selected a coach for his national team. About a month before tournament, what is really going on? Please tell us what is going on, honestly.
Well, while this is disturbing, because by now our team should be training, the executive took decisions, and there were some minor details to iron out. If these details and where these details iron out, I am not too certain, based on conversation I've had with 1-2 persons out of the football fraternity, as to why wasn't it done, or as to what is the delay. I am not going to sugarcoat anything. I believe personally sometimes we hold on to things believing that we are entitled to it, and as a result, others suffer. Why the club or the senior national men's team is not being trained? I am one that would say, I guess we believe then that the entire country is up for failure, because we cannot have, and today it's just the 24th minute in exaggerated time, 24 minutes before a big tournament, we haven't seen an iota of training. And yes, it was on the entire nation asking questions, and by right, there is always a right to ask questions. I believe this is the time we as the executive come together and say, this is exactly where we are, this is what we decided, because we decided, and I would say that the coach and everything was made. Certain decisions were not passed on to him. So certain things one wasn't comfortable about. Was it ironed out? Was it dealt with properly? This CBO and to the members of public remains secretive. Why the secret? I don't know what we're
Well, let me ask you though, is it because there's disagreement among the executives about the person that was chosen to be the national coach? Is that what the problem?
The executives unanimously decided.
About the person that has to be the coach, right? So what is the delay?
We don't want to be combative.
No, I'm not being combative. I'm just asking you.
No, because I say to persons, I am one that now, not because of anything, we do not have any issues, but it's time as an individual to really bring clarity to everything. When decisions are taken, the executive would meet on every second Monday of a month. We hand down decisions. The General Secretary pass down the decisions to the Secretariat. The Secretariat in return would implement the decisions. When we met, we decided from 3 months ago that is what we want to see. Up to this day, we speak today being the 30th of July, we haven't seen certain things, and one would say, well, the Dominica Football Association or the executive members, and today I want to debunk the fact that the executive members truly decided on ABC. What is keeping them behind? Again, we believe we are entitled to make decisions and then say at the back of individuals that do not worry with them fellas or do not worry with them people, and it brings a poor taste. And I reach the place, and many would not know. I reach the place, like I say to persons, I don't talk. I do not want to cause mayhem to any institution because I believe in the general good of people. But when foolishness is going on, if we keep on standing for foolishness, then we go nowhere. And it's a poor taste. So, for example, we have a Premier League going on now. And the Premier League has been halted because a 17-year-old is playing inter-school. A Premier League. And no, people will laugh at that. And people will say, well, the PLO doesn't know or is saying what he wants. But that is factual. Yes, a Premier League has been halted for inter-school. Do we expect to go anywhere? And we are the governing body of football. What are we saying to players?
Right. Now let me come to you now, Ebby. Ebby, you just said...
No, don't let him off on the coach, because he said a lot but said nothing with respect to the coach.
Repeat yourself, sir, because some motorcycles...
No, Ebby, I was saying that you said a lot, but I heard nothing with respect to the coach. Well, I mean, why is the decision not been carried out? What should they expect? Okay. I'm not asking you to divulge, but what should the public now expect? Should they expect that the coach will be named in the next few weeks, or what can we expect?
Many persons want to see things happen quickly. The last we were told was, I know of, we wrote a project for the senior national men's team and that of the national team. What is being proposed is a percentage would be drawn out from FIFA for that. However, in the meantime, it wasn't done. The person appointed or we selected as coach, we expected them to start the program and then we would move in. But this has not been done. As to the reason, like I say, some people hold secrets. I would not be in a position to say what really goes on because I am not the one directly involved in the secretariat or in the runnings of the FA. I'm just the one responsible to disseminate the information as it appears to me. So as to what really transpired, was the project accepted? Was the coach, based on what I know, because I kept conversation, like I say, with some football fraternities, and based on what I've been told, that nothing comprehensive was dealt with. If at all it is, let it be known, let the president call and see exactly what is going on, because he now, and I'm saying it not to put him under the bus, he is in a better position now to tell the nation really and truly what is happening, read the national team.
Okay, let me ask you now, Ebi. Dominica is a member of FIFA, right?
Yes, sir.
You heard of the big news today in football where the UEFA, 55 countries have decided they will not take part in World Cup.
Including CONCACAF.
Right, because of Infantino, the president, trying to come up with this corrupt thing where he's virtually coming up to a bribe, where he's saying he has this new thing where he'll get private people into the running of the World Cup. So if people agree, they will get $40 million. If they don't agree, they'll get 20. That's like a bribe. What is Dominica's position on that?
Well, Sibo, I just, a member of the executive posted it on our chat. And as I am actually trying to multitask. I am in a virtual session. I'm still in a session in another place. But nonetheless, when it comes to, this is what I work to do all along, disseminate information to the best of my ability. And the Eddie that is standing for what Eddie stood for before. That is the Eddie for the next 18 months that will really truly tell the footballers and the football body what is going on. A member of the executive sent it. None for now sticks on the matter, because again we want full disclosure, because we were not the ones attending the summit. So we cannot say Dominica's standpoint, because we not yet meet as an executive to.
So did Dominica attend the summit? Did Dominica attend the FIFA summit? Did you all attend?
Yes, Dominica did.
And you all haven't gotten any information from the people who attended?
That I'm saying, and I'm saying it again, we haven't met to know the full scope of how things are. Yes, it came out this week as to if the executive met. Maybe, now I'm speaking as Eddie Lawrence, and I'm speaking with that heart. Maybe some EXO members are privy to what happened with Infantino, but not all of us for now, because we haven't met as an executive to really sit and go through the scope of things and say what really transpired. But I know, based on the CONCACAF part, that we want to know exactly what is going on, because we've been members of CONCACAF, must stand with what is going on in the region as well.
That's what I was about to ask you. CONCACAF has taken a decision to reject the offer from Infantino. Okay, that much we know. Yes, they voted to reject it. Dominica is a member of CONCACAF, right?
Yes, we are.
So I think it is safe to assume that Dominica will side with whatever decision CONCACAF has taken. The same way UEFA spoke for all the 55 members. I think for the 29 or so members of CONCACAF, Dominica being one of them, it is only fair to say that Dominica will side with CONCACAF on this.
Well, Dr.
Or they have already sided because they voted.
Like I say to you, and I'm saying to the public, let us wait when we will meet to really understand the full scope of the matter, because Dominica is its own, we are our own FAS, and FIFA is the governing body. Yes, we are affiliated to CONCACAF. Let us as an EXO, as well as the football body, because I believe in a decision like that, the general football fraternity, the 33 clubs must meet and really find out truly what is going on. We would not want to do things and say things anyhow. So I believe this is the time when probably the 33 clubs come together with the EXO members to really deliberate on that matter. But that is my stance on the matter for now. I am not sure as to what, again, the president and other EXO members will do. I know as we speak, and I'm saying it without hesitation or ill will, we'll go under the bus for taking certain stance. But nonetheless, we need to do better for the game. We need to ensure that when we say things, the public see what comes out from us, because yes, everybody wants to know what is happening in the national team. Everybody wants to know really what is happening. the football in general, and instead of getting an A, we put in ourselves to get an F. F not for failure, but F for probably being foolish in really executing proper plans. Because when we came, and 4 years is about to elapse. When we came excited with plans and vision to see football move forward, and it's like we are stuck in a sand pit that we cannot project ourselves. Yes, we will hear, some facilities about to be this, and all these things are lofty, but how long will we take to execute at least basic things? And this is the season not to bash or to bring down the association in any way, but this is the season we need to stand the same way we seek accountability from the politicians, we seek accountability from our spiritual leaders. We need now to seek accountability from the sporting institution. Where is the sporting council? What are we deciding? Where are we going forward? Where are we going forward? And I just want at the same time, at the same breath, to give kudos to Mr. Lafont for really winning. I'm just digressing. Another medal to a name, showing that amidst the pressure, amidst what we see, we can bring the best out of our nation. And I'm just begging us, Monje, let us get there. Let us get there. It's not about Glenn. It's not about Eddie. It's not about Glenn wanting to. Let us look beyond Glenn and look at football. Let us look at the 33 clubs. Let us look at our players where scholarships are awarded. Let us look for Dominica. That is my cry now.
Next week, by that time, we hope football will have started. The team who had one player out will be able to play. So next week will be, and then then you will be able to tell us about your decision. Okay.
It's not one thing, there are many things. There are one thing, yes, but it's
okay, no problem.
It's about the Premier League being in a hiatus because of players out.
Okay. Yeah, so you'll tell us about the matches, and then obviously by then I hope you all will sit down as a body and discuss the FIFA problem. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Right, thank you. Guys, well, you all heard, I don't know what happened in Dominican football, eh?
Yeah. Something obviously transpired. But I think what I got Ebby to be saying is that they had written for support to FIFA to support this overseas coach,
right?
New coach
Well, not an overseas coach.
It appears it's not an overseas coach.
No, the person is in Dominica. The person that's selected in Dominica.
Whatever package was being offered, they wanted support from FIFA to do that, and and that has not been forthcoming from FIFA. And as such, that has put a hold on it. That's how I understood.
Well, we don't. I mean, the team plays just now. August starts in 2 days' time, and then after September you playing, and up to now you haven't picked a team. They're not training. That's the nonsense. Yeah, Lobby. Yeah.
I wanted to weigh yourself on the football. A lot of talk taking place. First of all, I heard about a team in Trinidad. I don't hear what the team did in Trinidad. If they win, if they lose.
They lost. Dublin lost. They lost.
What kind of tournament is that? What kind of tournament?
It's some club tournament. It's a club tournament for clubs,
No.
Champion clubs,
Usually the winner of the clubs in the various countries compete among themselves.
Okay, but I'm not for Sebastian. I'm not listening to this thing about the coach, Sebastian, the coach. First of all, if it is the same coach that is here, he was sent to help Dominica football.
But he's overseas.
Just now. And you will be aware, and Dr. Fountain, that youth football, a lot of emphasis is placed all over the world on youth football. We have seen, for example, look at Spain, where the 4 of the players in the national team from the under 20 or under 18 teams. And I believe you need that. You need to help your grassroots. That's what he came for. And if it's so that if a national team itself, so I mean to say, what is happening? Is FIFA the association going to pay him as the coach, and FIFA still going to pay? So what is really happening to me? Has lost his focus.
Well, we'll have to bring the president.
Well, my understanding of that, Manu, is that he came in on one project to help develop things. Then in the middle of that project, he applied for the position of head coach. So he'll really be transitioning out of whatever assignment that he came for into the head coach position. That is okay. That happens all the time. What they now need to do is to get a replacement for him to continue that project with the young players. But that should not be a problem in itself. I don't see that as an issue, because there are other people who can do what he's doing at that level. Once the transition is seamless, it is okay. People transition from position and jobs all the time.
What we'll do, we'll probably have to get the FA president there next week, so he can tell us what about that, and of course about the new FIFA thing that came out today.
No, but
it's a big news.
If CONCACAF took the decision, they had an emergency meeting. I'm sure our president
should have been on it.
Should have participated.
Exactly.
They took a decision to go along with UEFA and reject the offer from FIFA.
Right.
Then it seems to me that Dominica has to go along with it.
True.
I don't see Dominica standing up on its own and saying, no, we're not going to support.
Well, it could be a case of looking for money. But
but that offer is dead.
Because
let's explain to the world. I don't think we have really explained. Some people maybe
go ahead, explain to them. Tell them what has happened.
It's important what has happened. So the head of FIFA, Infantino, made an offer. He wrote to all 211 associations around the world saying that it is time to bring in private investment into the World Cup.
Right.
Into FIFA, sorry. And he's offering 20%, 20% stake, equivalent to about $20 billion to a private investment fund. This investment fund is headed by Kushner, who is the son-in-law
of Donald Trump. Right. So that raises eyebrows.
Right. So that is what was on offer. They said, okay, and his argument is that FIFA is only making about $4 billion a year. The Premier League makes $9 billion. They need to make more money for FIFA. More money for FIFA means more money for the associations. When he wrote to the associations, he says, I will give $40 million to each association if you agree. So as soon as that came out, within hours of that letter reaching the associations, UEFA, which is the 55 countries in Europe that make up UEFA, they met in emergency session and all 55 rejected this offer. They said that the World Cup is not for sale, that if that offer goes ahead, they will boycott the future World Cup. Not only the World Cup, the Women World Cup that starts. Even the Women World Cup starts in 2 months.
Okay.
Right. They will boycott starting with that. So the club championships and the World Cup, they would boycott it. So that means a quarter of the teams. Now that's very important because I believe from the 23 World Cups that have been held, 13 of those have gone to European countries. So
and the next World Cup will be held in Spain and Portugal.
Right. So I mean,
European countries.
13 countries have won from Europe. So they have an integral part of it. Now we are just within hours, just a few hours ago now, CONCACAF, which is made up of North America, all of Brazil, and so on. Brazil is not part of
Brazil. Not part
it's
of
not.
No.
It's not. But it's some of the Costa
Mexico,
Rica, Mexico,
USA,
that's form part of CONCACAF, right? And all the Caribbean countries. They just met in emergency session and they said that they are backing UEFA. They too will not accept the offer and they will boycott any future.
So that ain't going nowhere.
So it means that offer is dead in the water.
That ain't going nowhere.
It's not going to go. I think that is a good try. It's a good try.
Well, I guess Infantino was trying to please Donald Trump.
Well, he and Donald Trump are bon chant, and we saw what happened in the World Cup. Where the American football player was suspended, given a red card, and then he was reinserted into the game after. So, and I know the Europeans, that's a touchy issue with President Donald Trump and so on. And since he has his hand in this, it's clear that they will have nothing to do with it.
Okay, right. Let's move to cricket, guys. We were supposed to be joined by David Johnson to tell us about Dominica's the 2 matches they played so far, but he just said there are no lights in Portsmouth, so he couldn't get online with us. No lights.
I wish you could call it because Sibo, I was looking for scores.
Well, the Friday game.
I saw the Friday game is on YouTube.
Right.
I saw that, but I wanted
today.
You see, the problem is that you have to watch the entire game to get the scores. I wanted the scores because the St. Lucia Dominica game was very close
in the Friday game.
Right. So I wanted that, and it did not happen. You know,
in the Friday game. Well, it drew. Dominica were chasing.
Yes, but where do we get the score? That's what I'm saying.
Well,
I went on the windy.
It was not windy.
Not there.
What I was in touch with him, and I think wherever he was listening to it, in the game today, in fact, it's Red Sparrow who sent me a link where I could follow the game. Pascal made 100 today. Okay. Dominica made 259 for 7 in the 50 overs. What's his name? Pascal made 116. And the last score I heard when I was coming here, Grenada were 120 for 7 in the 30th over. So Dominica would have, from what I do, Dominica won. Dominica is playing tomorrow again against St. Lucia. And then there's a break and they play St. Vincent on Saturday. Then the Sunday, you have when they play? They play, tomorrow is what? They play tomorrow. Saturday is a rest day. On Sunday, they play St. Vincent. And then on Monday, you'll have the winners, the champion, the one will play 2 and 3 play 4.
So what happened in the 3-day competition?
The 3-day game, Ali Kafanas played. He made 64 in the first inning. He only made 10 in the second inning. Gian Benjamin made 60 odd and 50 odd in the game. The senior made 67 in the first inning. Top scored with 67. So in that game, Dominica made, let me see, I'll tell you what. Dominica batted first and made over 200. Both innings, Dominica made over 200.
Yes, they made 282 in one game.
But the match was drawn. St. Lucia were chasing 375 to win, and they were only 250 something for 7. So the match was drawn. So you have the one-day championship now, which started today.
So they only played St. Lucia and who else?
That's it. And what I don't understand
that's what
in that competition, from what I understand, there might be a Super 50 this year, West Indies, because when the border was broke. But I know now they've gotten a loan, so I don't know if it will change. So what I would have thought that they would have played free the games, play red ball matches, play free like how it was before when I played cricket. But I'm seeing now they're placing emphasis on one-day cricket. That I don't understand.
But why have both the what?
I don't know how they arrive at who should play before the game. You just decide.
So Dominica play against St. Lucia and then play against Grenada.
And
then the winner of that plays against each other.
No. Dominica won free the game. Now today, the one-day part of the tournament started today.
Yes, I understand. But
it's going to be round robin.
The 3-day competition is finished.
Finished, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Finished. So I don't know how they take a decision. What the hell they're doing. So I don't know. So that's what's happening. Right. So they're playing tomorrow against St. Lucia, but they won today. Right. Now let's get to the West Indies guys. West Indies, as we said, they played well. Although quite frankly, the Pakistan team is a weak team. You watch them. They're not going to score too many runs unless Baba has to make some runs. And look, the main man who made the 100 is injured. I don't think he can play the next game. He got a broken finger. But we have to give credit to our bowlers. I think our guys bowled well.
Kevin batted well.
We batted well. But the only thing with Kevin, he needs to be consistent. I mean, in fact, the commentator highlighted that. You heard one bishop was saying in the second inning, his average is only about 19, whereas in first inning, his average is almost 40. So he needs to be consistent and to bring up that average, right? Because you don't want to be an average of 30 or less in Test cricket. But he played very well. You have to give him credit. He
played well on the first day, and I thought that in a lot of ways probably saved West Indies. He's in it.
Yeah.
Because West Indies was in danger in that first innings, and.
By the way, Danny Lugar just joined us. We have to say good night, Danny. Yeah.
But then also when you think about it, the record of Graves.
Oh, you mean just
5 consecutive wickets.
Yeah.
That's the first time ever recorded in the history of Test cricket, and you wonder if Sir Gary Sobers had anything to do with it.
Yes, Sebastian. Yes, Sebastian, on the West Indies, Pakistan. Warrican, to me, had no place there, Warrican, the vice captain.
Yeah, it's a nonsense.
Seriously, I find to myself that Moti would have done a better job, Moti. And I think that you were saying about Azari Joseph. What's the problem?
Yeah, there's a problem, Azari Joseph. You heard before, the coach came out and made a statement that he was selected and he declined selection.
That's exactly.
In fact, let me read a statement attributed to him today that came out.
To
Azari? Azari Joseph, yeah.
So Azari's rebutting what was said by Coach Sammy.
Sammy, yeah. So let me see if I get it. Let me see if I get it, because this is serious, because here you have the coach saying one thing and the player come with something different. Let me see if I get it. Let me get it. Let's take this caller while I'm getting it.
Good evening, caller.
Yes, good evening, gentlemen, again.
Yeah.
I am saying that we have to give kudos to our bowlers for winning that last match there. But then I want to ask, what is wrong with our batsmen? When they come, they give you one good inning, then they have to give you another 2 bad innings before they can come back and give you a good one. Why do you find so inconsistent? I don't know. Because the West Indian batsmen need to be more consistent to them. That's my problem with them, you know. They come, they give you a good inning, and then after 4 innings. So they need to be more consistent. But kudos to the bowlers, and of course, Hodge and Hope, they need to give us some. We have to give them some credit at least. Thanks a lot, gentlemen.
All right, thank you. At least the bowlers have been very consistent. Have been a lot more consistent than our batters.
Yeah, Graves is a good all-rounder. Graves.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that record, I think, I don't see that been broken. I mean, that's a ridiculous record when you think about it. Five overs in a row where no runs scored against you, and each over you take a wicket. I've never seen or heard anything quite like this.
Something else, Dr. Fountain. Sebastian can wait on that. I'm looking at Cathy Sebastian, suspect to spin bowling. What is your take on that?
Well, not Cathy alone. A lot of the West Indian batsmen, we are suspect to spin bowling. A lot of them.
Do you think?
Well, our batters spin bowling and short pitched deliveries.
Do you think, Sebastian, first of all, I'm looking, do you think guys are batting too deep in their crease for the spinner, too deep in their crease?
Well, if you have a wicketkeeper standing up, you have to bat in your crease a little bit. You don't want to be batting out of your crease if you have a keeper standing up.
Because listen to me, like Sir Garfield Sobers, for example, all right, you see him slightly, all right, off of his crease, but time the ball, but he's back already. So it's not deep already, too deep in his crease. Lara was the same thing. All right? Lara was the same thing. So I think that Cathy, to me, Sebastian, Cathy needs, I don't know. Who is the batting coach first of West Indies right now?
Floyd Reefer. Let's take this caller, Lobby. Hold on a while. Good evening.
Good evening, Sibo.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, Lobby. Good evening,
Hi, brother. How are you doing?
I'm okay, one day at a time. The match, the West Indies match, I mean, if Azari had played, would Graves bowl all those balls?
Good question. Good question.
That's interesting. Sometimes things happen and we don't understand how it happened. But Graves is a good find. What I find is his run-up is very athletic.
Very.
In energy, and he hits the deck. Because as a fact, when you hit the deck, the ball deviates either in or out. And you have a better chance of getting a personal, especially if you are pitching that ball up. So I find it's a very good find, and both in the batting and the bowling, he's doing very well. I want to talk about, and it's an analogy. If, for example, Collyho is playing Grand Bay, the team from Collyho picks his best bowlers and batters, and you're playing a good cricket. The ball hits the batsman, plumb, the umpire hand doesn't go up. The bowler bowls, no ball, umpire hand doesn't go up. The man is caught, umpire have to get an excuse, hand doesn't go up. Just to know at the end of the game, even though you play your best, you cannot win because it was found out that the umpires have been paid to give an outcome of the match. I brought that up because that is the same thing that is happening in the electoral process. Thank you very much, brothers.
That's a nice one. That's what we call a boxer.
Let me read what came out in the Antigua Observer today. West Indies fast bowler Azari Joseph has labeled as unfortunate a statement by head coach Darren Sammy regarding his decision to sit out the ongoing two-test series against Pakistan. Speaking on the Good Morning Jojo Sports Show just moments ago, the Antiguan said he received permission from Cricket West Indies to sit out the series as he continues to manage his workload following a back injury. Observer Media will bring you more on Joseph's statement in the upcoming days. Now, you hear what he's saying. He's saying it's unfortunate. The coach is saying something. But what I will say to you guys, it has been said by senior people in Cricket West Indies. I'm not going to call all names. What I will read something to you that was sent to me. I'll not read something that was sent to me. Just now, hold on. That is 3 years in a row around the 25th July to 5th August, the man never plays for West Indies. Go check what happens during this time in Antigua. That's what somebody asked me to check. You know what happened in Antigua during that day?
Is that carnival?
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, you know then. It's carnival in Antigua. So what they're saying is 3 years, and you can check it. I checked it. 3 years in a row around that time, Azari Joseph hasn't played for West Indies.
Oh, no. So you're saying that it is carnival?
Well, I'm not saying that. I don't want anybody to sue me.
We have
that is what they're assuming. But that's what, and that's somebody high up in the West Cricket West Indies saying that go check what happens in Antigua during that time. Let's take this caller. Yeah. Good evening. 1 minute, Lobby. Good evening. Yes?
You know what I'm saying? Who carried in the West Indies in Joseph?
Say that again?
One of the best hooker or full shot thing we have in the West Indies in Shama Joseph.
Shama Joseph.
Well, he played a few that it doesn't mean because he played with one of the best. I mean,
no, but he looks to be pretty good in
it. He can handle himself in the back.
Yeah, that's true.
He can handle himself, to be honest.
And he's gotten a promotion of the order.
Well, I think he should be batting before Roach, if you ask me. Should be batting before Roach. Yeah, we have another caller.
Thank you, caller.
Thank you, caller. Good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
I just want to digress a little. Ian Chappell and Greg Chappell have still this, and even before that, they have seen Lara Bad, they have seen Kenduka Bad, they have seen Vivian Mitchell Bad, and many great batsmen. And Ian Chappell and Greg Chappell said the greatest batsman they ever see was Gary Sobers. So I don't know what you can measure up to that, because these men have seen great batsmen, and they said the greatest batsman they ever see in their life was Gary Sobers. Thank you.
Well, I know Ian Chappell. That. Yes, I read that.
Yes,
he had an article on Cricket Vote.
Yeah, and I think there's general agreement that the greatest was Don Bradman and the second greatest Gary Sobers.
Well, I would say Viv Richards. I will say, but I mean, Sobers was extraordinary. I mean, the guy was just a general, I would say. He was a general in the days we followed cricket. Let's take this next caller. Good evening. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, Sebastian?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me first ask you, what is your impression in reference to this particular pitch that they would have played on at the Grand Cricket?
No, I was impressed with the pitch because too often we have pitches where batsmen close their eyes, make 200, and it's a boring game. This pitch afforded the bowlers to bowl, to get wickets, and I like that. In fact, nobody can complain and say the pitch was a bad pitch. One man made 100, one man made 90, one man made 80, another 59 not out. So you could score runs if you buckle down. So I thought it was a good cricket pitch where bowlers could bowl. It was a very good cricket pitch because too often you have pitches where men just close their eyes, come forward, men bowling bouncers, and the ball not getting high up in the knee. So I thought it was a very good cricket pitch.
Okay, I think you have assessed it correctly in reference to the Pakistan team. I do not, to be honest, have much confidence in this particular Pakistan team. In outside of the captain, and you rightfully said the former captain, the recent Test captain who would have scored the 100.
Masood.
Those two players include plus the wicketkeeper. The others, well, the young opener, he failed in this particular match. I think, yes, he has some talent and he's somebody who definitely, at the age of 21, he is somebody who perhaps maybe will take Pakistan forward. But in terms of the experience and the accomplishment of this particular Pakistan team, the bowling is not all that, all that strong. So it was not a Pakistan team that we can say, well, West Indies came up against, one of the top, say maybe Australia, India, and those at the top of the game. And this is why, if you happen to beat somebody, if you're accustomed to run under 9, and you happen over 10, and you beat somebody who accustomed to run under 9, then you could feel proud because you're accustomed to run over 10, But if you beat somebody who may be running, slower than you are, then what you're gonna feel proud about? You can feel encouraged and you continue to improve. But also the West Indies continue to show that they are consistent in being inconsistent. You do not have many.
So now, Mr. Menard, we've run out of time, and thank you very much for joining us. Next week probably should call earlier. We run out of time now. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Guys, somebody just saying there, Holding said, Viv, your partner was the best batsman you've ever seen. I know Mikey has said that. I love the guys who say that. But guys, we have come to the end.
Well, best batsman he's ever seen. Could it just be that he never saw Bradman play?
Well, he would have seen one like me. I would see Bradman on film, and then even Sobers, I never really saw Sobers play live. I mean, but watching Sobers, and even listening to radio in those days, it was radio you listened to, and Sobers was just the guy. I mean, most people who grew up following cricket around that time wanted to be like Gary Sobers. Let's be real. Everybody, Sobers, that's the only name you heard about.
Yeah, but I think Sobers also was a complete cricketer in terms of his...
No, he was extraordinary. I mean, the guy, well, God made him to play cricket because whereas other people had to go and sleep at 7 o'clock, you heard what guy said in the interview. All hours of the night he'd be out and he would come next and make 100.
I had a very interesting thing on Gary Sobers. He was born with 2 extra fingers.
Yes.
One on each hand.
Yeah.
He lost one when he was a toddler, and at 18 he just cut off the other one on his other finger. Very gutsy guy.
But he was a goalkeeper as well, right?
Yes.
And a top golfer. Not many people could play like him. He's a hell of a golfer. David Johnson was just trying to join us, but it's too late now to tell us about the Dominica team. So next week we'll have him. So we'll have all scores, guys, next Thursday. We hope Dominica win that one, the tournament. West Indies plays the second test on Sunday, 10 o'clock.
Mashu is out, by the way.
Yeah, he can't play. He has a broken finger. And we have to big up Fia Lafont. She won the triple jump to the gold today at the Commonwealth Games.
And that's very good because she got silver the last time, and before that she got bronze. So she's been consistent over 3 Commonwealth Games.
So we have
very
to big
good.
up. Right?
Congratulations.
And guys, as we close, people want to eat food tomorrow, go to Newtown from 4:30. They have this big barbecue for Martha Augustus. So everybody going up that way. When you want your dinner, stop at Newtown. They have this big barbecue. The United Workers Party, Rosa South constituency, they have a barbecue to raise funds for Martha Augusta. So everybody, you want to eat your dinner tomorrow night, go to Newtown, Montego Bay area by Ruben's Bakery. Go there, eat your food. Okay? Good night, everybody. So on behalf of Dr. Fontaine, Manuel LeBlanc, I just want to say good night. And guys, I know you all have the workers' voice. This thing about this confirmation is a serious thing. There's a lot of alleged ball, fraud, all sorts of nonsense going on. You guys need to do something about it. Good night, everybody.